Today we're gonna teach Jello Impact how to use Genshin Optimizer. I am Jstern25. I do theory crafting on YouTube,
Yes, he does.
and our friend Jello wanted me to walk him through Optimizer.
That's right. Have Jay Stern, so fantastic theory crafter, and he's going to be walking us through. We'll have some links in the description for places you can go download and set everything up, and then he's going to teach us how to actually use it, and I'll be asking all the questions that you're too afraid to ask because you're afraid to sound stupid, but I'm just going to sound stupid. It's going to be great.
Oh, it's gonna be wonderful. Okay, so the first thing we did off stream is we set up a base JSON for Jello. This is all of his artifacts, all of his weapons, just so we could have it at a starting point. I have a copy of that.
And we're going to try and have a link to a place that can show you how to get it set up the way that mine is set
Yep.
up. I guess I would also like to hear, Jay Stern, could you tell us what's on your channel for the wonderful people who should go subscribe and watch your videos? Good question.
I do Genshin character guides and first impressions and viewer abyss help on the weekends.
Excellent. He streams really often, and they're good streams, so go check them out.
Yes, I stream almost daily, essentially daily.
Yeah. And I'm hanging out there fairly often, so I'm not endorsing something I don't do. Good stream.
You're on the characters menu. Perfect.
Yep.
I see you're censoring the advertisements. If anyone wants to know what the advertisements are, they're not really advertisements. They are a call for help. Genshin Optimizer is always looking for new developers. Reach out on their Discord or any other way to contact them. Fred actually streams on Twitch every Friday. He's the lead developer for the project. Don't be afraid to help contribute. It's a great way to learn more. And it's actually really good on a resume. It's programming experience. Okay. So which character do you want to start with? You're gonna upload the JSON file that we got earlier. You could drag it in, or you could open it in the file directory. There's a copy on Discord if you need to download it.
Actually, I would like to start with if you could share what someone will get out of using the optimizer.
It is pretty self-explanatory. It optimizes builds, but it does a bit more than that because it really does a good job of teaching you about how to build, how your characters can be built, or what artifacts might be good. The only way to really get experience eyeballing what artifacts are good is to know that they're actually better and to have like some background on what's good, so it can help just teach you more about gearing in general.
Yeah. So if someone has a question over which artifact to use, which artifact set is going to perform better with the weapon that they particularly have,
it's going to help you actually identify the differences between weapons for your account. A lot of times people will ask, hey, what's the difference between this weapon and this weapon? When the difference is 2, 1, 3%.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your stats are not flexible in Genshin. They're entirely determined by your artifact inventory. So a weapon that gives more crit rate might be more beneficial for you compared to another, just entirely by circumstance of how your artifacts are laid out. Okay, now we're gonna go to team settings on the left. At the top, we're gonna scroll down and make sure what we need is toggled. So you can see Farina's burst is there. You need to set a base amount of fanfare assumption.
A base amount of what, sorry?
You need to make an assumption regarding how much fanfare Farina has generated. The assumption that we're gonna go with is 150. Okay, and then now we can click clear end. Everything else should already be set up for us, so we can just press optimize. And because I sent you the export, there are multi-target configs at the bottom near where we're looking to generate the builds. All of the main stats should be selected.
Okay, I finally found
we need to make sure that is good there. Set conditionals, sets that are currently being searched: 2-piece emblem, 4-piece whimsy, 4-piece gilded dreams, 4-piece glad, 4-piece Mershasai hunter, and 2-piece wonder is true. That is what's I need to toggle for TF. So if you press the gear, do you see a gear wheel on the far right under artifact upgrader?
Yeah, artifact.
Where it says artifact set yeah.
Okay.
Click the gear.
Yeah.
And then we're going to scroll down to Thundering Fury and toggle 2-set and 4-set.
2-set, 4-set for Thundering Fury. Okay.
Okay. So it is currently set up for Hyperbloom. So if you just press generate now or generate builds, it will technically cook up a set for Hyperbloom.
Okay. Okay, and Glad is selected. Whimsy is selected. Gilded Dreams selected. Yep. Okay. Those are automatically selected.
Yes. That's the advantage of using the team export.
Okay.
I could have also set it up to export like my setups for the characters, but I'd rather it be yours because my characters have constellations.
Fair enough.
So it will really be consistent.
Okay, so then I'll generate build, and it'll be interesting. I'm 90% sure it'll be. Oh, it thinks 2-piece, 2-piece.
2-piece, 2-piece might end up being better.
Wow.
For the Hyperloom stuff.
So which pieces is it recommending? It's recommending, well, of course, this flower, this feather, interesting. This sand.
It's got the EM.
Right, lots of EM.
For the Hyperblooms.
Fascinating.
Goblet, good goblet.
Of course, this
and
goblet.
the circlet.
Yeah, and then the circlet with attack and defense. Wow.
Yeah. And then you can actually look at a comparison between what you currently have equipped if you press the compare toggle.
Okay, compare.
So you can see it is approximately 1 to 2% better than your current build.
Okay, so not that big of a difference, but
No, not the big of a difference.
good to know.
Let's make sure we have the weapon active, just in case it's not. It is. Okay. Just had to
Is
check
there a
that.
way to see other potential build? If like say
Yes,
I'm using...
it is currently set to generate one build. You see where it says custom multi-target?
Yeah.
Next to generate build. You can change that to 1 to 10.
Okay, let's do my
It just
top
takes longer
5
to generate.
builds. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Top 5 Cloran builds for my account.
Hey, there's 4-piece glad.
So 2-piece is number 2, but it's the same artifact set. 4-piece glad. I knew 4-piece glad. I knew 4-piece glad would be above whimsy because I calced it. My whimsy doesn't even like I didn't calc it myself. Like I just looked through the substats and I counted substats and I knew that my substats
difference.
weren't enough. Even though I just got a whimsy upgrade, but it's okay. So
there's whimsy. Number 7.
Number 7. Okay.
Number 7. You really just need a better feather.
Yeah.
And if we wanted to easily convert this to aggravate, we can just replace Farina with Kazuha. You could do it this way, or you could set up another team. So actually, let's do that first. Yeah, let's do that instead.
Okay, so back to team settings.
Back to teams at the top. You just see teams at the top next to characters. So you should have one team there now.
Yeah, add a team.
Yep. We're gonna do this one manually. So we're gonna add a team.
Okay. So this is adding a team. Add a character.
Add character is at the bottom.
Add
Add
a character.
Official. Do you prefer Kazuha or Sucrose?
I prefer Kazuha, but
okay.
Yeah, I prefer.
And then we can do
Nahida.
Kirara or Nahida.
And Kazuha. I know there's some debate on whether Nahida should be like on Widsith or TTDS or something. Do you have any thoughts?
Oh, Widsith is good.
Okay.
If you have Wandering Even Star, it is a very good Nahida weapon. It gives attack to your entire party based on Nahida's current EM.
Yeah. I want that, but I don't have it. I wasn't wishing on weapon banners then.
Limited weapon banner, 4 stars.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so hard
and they
to get.
never rerun. I would be getting a couple now here and there.
I have an R2 Zyphos.
Bro.
And I've tried wishing for Zyphos several times. It's got me 5-star weapon refinements.
Bro. I in a way I'm glad that I haven't had the chance to go for it. Okay.
Actually.
So when you go into a character to edit them, you go into overview. And then you have to press edit. And then you press 90. And then my talents are 8 and 8.
Yep. That's correct.
And then we'll go back to team settings. Do I need to do anything?
So we're setting up a new team, correct?
Yeah.
For setting up a team for Ag, Kazuha, we need to level. Since we set up the JSON correctly, Kazuha already has all the stuff though. So we use level 90. So town levels don't really matter.
Yeah, it's 8 and 8, but whatever.
Yeah.
He's 8 and 8. I forgot to level.
Okay, so we can go over to Chlorend. Press optimize.
Go to Chlorend,
so
optimize.
This actually saved the loadout that I sent you for Chlorend, so it has all the multi-targets already.
Okay.
So we can just press aggravate.
I'm gonna generate
so
10.
Custom multi-target. You see Hyperbloom aggravate unreacted. I have that set up for you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So Chlorend, the bottom, where we're clicking the optimization target.
Okay, so we're optimizing for Hyperbloom aggravate or unreacted. Okay, and we're optimizing for. If someone didn't have that thing that you sent me,
how would you set that up?
Then what?
You go to Chlorend, loadout/build, and then there's this bar here in the center of the screen. It says multi-target config or multi-optimization target config. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you would have to write it yourself.
Wow.
Writing it for Chlorend is fairly simple because when you're doing aggravate, it technically doesn't matter which hits aggravate as long as the damage type and the damage percent and bonus crit are consistent between the hits. So I have this set up for 14 normal attacks, unreacted, 3 burst hits unreacted, C1 if you had it, but you don't have it, so it's not doing anything. And then...
I feel like most people are not ready to do something like this.
Yeah.
Are they... Like, you made the Chlorand
Also, it's
one.
12 normal attacks, 14 E-skill hits, or lunges.
Is there not a database to access for other people who've already made them?
There is. There might be one linked on the landing page. It's one of those things that's very difficult, and it's why I hope that more databases start popping up for the team share, because team share includes all of this stuff, and it keeps things super consistent.
Okay. So what we need is more people who know what they're doing to go here and...
to share them all. Yeah.
Share their teams.
We need, essentially... Yeah, some way to share them all. Yeah. Some theory crafting places have maintained them some in the past. They're definitely outdated now because the systems change.
Because I'm concerned that doing something like this is too prohibitive to the majority of.
Yeah.
the audio.
The nice thing is that all of the hits are actually technically displayed here. So all of the information is in this block.
But if it was,
So you
but it
could
was-
easily recreate this. So I can walk you through making it.
But like if someone's doing it for like their Noel, like what are they like?
No, you don't have to. Noel, you just optimize for normal attack. Noel's damage is completely unreacted. None of the buffs vary. For Noel, you could just...
Or if
Let
someone's
me-
optimizing their Arlecchino for vape or for
That one's a little more
overload.
complicated. Then you'd have to do it if you want it to be
And
truly
I just feel
accurate.
like most people like is the tool still useful if someone doesn't
Yes,
do
because you can still optimize for the on-vape damage and the unreacted damage, and you could kind of split the difference.
that? Okay.
Yeah, Shengling is super simple as well. Shengling is just optimized for Pyronado hit with X reaction.
Okay.
Yep.
So in this case, we're optimizing for aggravate and we're generating our top 10 builds for aggravate.
Yes.
Number 1 is 4-piece glad with this mask. Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. Number 2.
And if you were curious what the difference between the Hyperloom and the aggravate config is, it is the Hyperloom one has a few less aggravates, but has 10 Hyperlooms.
Number 2, where were you seeing the percentage difference between the two?
Between the two, you compare to equip, so compare
Okay.
equipped
You press
current.
compare.
You could also very easily press new build on the window. So if we press new build, which is the close hanger, copy over to a new build, we can say ag glad set 1, and that'll give us the ability to compare between multiple optimized sets, so you can see the difference between the sets. So now everything below is being compared to that top build instead of what's currently equipped, which is your whimsy set.
Right.
And if you wanted that to change, you could just swap equipped current, and you can see the ag difference. So your 4-piece glad set is 0.8% better than your whimsy set. That is not a big difference.
Wow, that's actually a smaller difference than I thought.
Yeah, that is not a big difference. One substat would really do it.
That's crazy.
Yep. And if you actually... This is a new feature, very new feature. Next to optimize at the top, there's an artifact upgrader. If there are +0 artifacts in your JSON, it can actually tell you the odds of a piece being an upgrade
Wow.
from +0, +4, +8, +16 states.
That's pretty cool.
It only does single artifact substitution, so you
Right.
need to already have your 4-piece set.
Right.
And it can't acknowledge damage gained from an off-piece. Those are limitations of the system. But it is useful for just identifying which pieces you should probably roll for a character.
Okay. So I need to. Could you show me again how I do the So do I press equip to current build, or do
you can press equip to current build or new build? That's up to you. Equip to current build would overwrite what's currently equipped to her, which is your whimsy set.
glad set 1. Okay, and then I do compare.
Yes, compare, and then there's a drop down for compare.
Okay.
Yes.
And so when I'm comparing and so you're looking at this number, 0.8%.
Yes.
Okay, but this number is 3.8%. What does that mean? That's unreacted. Okay, got it. So
that's unreacted. Yeah, that's all labeled.
Oh,
then you can also look at the individual hits. If you want to look at the individual hits, something I recommend doing is you can take the average damage and change that to on crit, and you can also look at that with the reaction, so aggravate.
Right.
So now if we look at Clorin's, where's her lunge? Sorry.
Infinite J.
Yes, not dark sharding flame. Let me take off the comparison. Okay, Hunter's Vigil. Here we go. So you can see if you were to aggravate, your normal attack does 20k.
Okay.
On crit. In comparison, that is 2% less on crit than your current set. So your current set has less crit rate. So the numbers are technically lower on crit. And if you look at average damage, you can see the average damage difference of 0.8%. So you may or may not notice the damage difference between your 4-piece glad and your 4-piece whimsy. But technically, on average, the glad set is better currently.
But only by 0.8%.
Only by 0.8%. So yeah, you could just keep using whimsy and disregard that result.
Yeah. I mean, right now I have Arlecchino on, or I have glad on everybody, as you can see. So, although apparently I'm testing this feather on Dory, but I was testing
Dory.
So. And then if we go down,
we can look at the other
off-piece emblem. Fascinating.
That's a really good emblem piece. I don't know why you're surprised.
Oh yeah. The raiden one.
Yeah. Apparently it's on Xingqiu. Oh, there's the raiden one.
Oh, is it okay? I have a lot of good emblems.
Yeah. And yeah, again, whimsy at number 7.
Yeah, whimsy at number 7. Not bad considering it's a new set.
Not bad at all.
Okay, great. This one we did with a bit of help from your.
Yes. Let's do
like
a character.
Let's go to one that's kind of Let's go to one that doesn't have any help.
Yeah. All right. Who would you like? Would you like Arlecchino, Shanling, Hu Tao? You said you wanted to do Noel. We could well.
No, I don't want to do Noel. I want to do Arlecchino.
Oh, okay. You want to do Arlecchino?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know she's on kind of not the best set right now, so we'll have.
So we're gonna press add team.
Okay, that's what I did.
Add character.
Did it.
Arlecchino.
Nailed it. And then we go to Arlecchino herself, and then I go to.
I'm gonna do Bennett.
Where am I going? Overview. Okay. Edit 90. I have her crown 8.
Which Arlecchino team are we looking at?
Let's do that's a good question. I think the one I mostly gravitate towards is Yelan, Bennett, Kazuha.
Okay, so Yelan, Kazuha, and we'll just make sure the levels are set up for these characters real quick. What'd you say your 10 levels were for Arlecchino? Because it will, definitely will matter. 10-8-8?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to show you the simple way to do it, and then we'll do the multi-target way.
Okay, let me just add my characters.
What talent level is your Bennett first?
Something 10.
Okay. Make sure you have Bennett C6 active.
Okay, so we're going overview,
Bennett,
edit,
and then
C6.
the constellation icons are down there. Yep.
98. Wait, do I have to type in 13 or?
No, it's automatic as long as you have the constellation active.
Okay, and then
the constellation is part of that edit window.
Okay, and then Yelan is level 90, 8, 9, 10.
Give me 1 second to make sure I'm giving you the right number for Arlecchino when we do multi-target.
Okay, so now
I do just want to make sure.
And then I have to click characters inside the abilities field for Bennett, and then click after using the elemental burst for Noblad.
We're gonna go to team settings, Bennett burst active. Yelan, we're gonna set her buff to 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
And then Kazuha, we're gonna set up our swirls.
Hydro, pyro.
In both places. Hydro, yeah.
Pyro. I got the double swirl. Look at me go.
Yeah, you got the quadruple swirl.
Hell yeah.
For the sake of simplicity.
Okay, I just selected the 2, but whatever. Okay.
While we're talking about Bennett, actually, I'm gonna sidetrack you a little bit.
Okay.
Do you ever use instructors on Bennett?
Yeah.
Okay, then in that case, this is important. Go to Bennett.
Okay.
See where it says loadout/build, which is the default window?
Loadout/build. I mean,
the default window when you click Bennett.
I'm on the same page as you.
Okay. We're gonna press
new build.
We're not gonna press that. We're gonna press duplicate.
Okay.
And we're gonna rename that to Noblesse. I can't type.
How do I rename it?
The pencil.
Sorry, Noblesse or instructor? We're doing instructors.
Right now it's Noblesse, because Noblesse is what's equipped to him. That's what this build is. That's what we say. Okay. I'm showing you a feature that I kind of recently learned about. So we're now going to optimize him for instructors. So exclude every set.
So optimize and...
Go to optimize. Press the gear.
Gear.
Near artifact set conditionals. Exclude all 2-piece. Exclude all 4-piece. Exclude 3-piece rainbow. Exclude 4-piece rainbow. Instructors, toggle 4 set. And then we're just going to press optimize, and we're going to optimize for energy recharge for the optimization target, which you can optimize by basic stat.
Do I have to do these individually, or is there a way to unselect everything?
Yeah, there's at the top,
yeah.
Exclude 4-piece, exclude 2-piece, 3-piece, 5-piece, and then you scroll down for instructors. It's going to be close to the bottom.
Okay, instructors 4 set. Yep. After trigger an elemental reaction, it doesn't matter.
You can toggle that. It doesn't really matter right now.
Okay, and then...
We're going to go to the bottom, where we're choosing our optimization target. We're going to press energy recharge on the left.
Select optimization target, energy recharge, okay.
Generate build. This is your highest ER instructor set. Congratulations.
Wow, that is not the one that I use.
We're going to press the new build, so the hanger, and we're going to type instructors. Create. Now, would you like me to show you why I walked you through this, or why I taught you how to do this?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. If we go to team settings, see how Bennett is in that slot. Under Bennett's name, next to the X button, or directly underneath the X button, says Bennett loadout, and then below that says equipped build. And just below that says to field. We're gonna click the drop down where it says equipped build, and you can now easily change between instructors and noblesse.
Sick.
For any team Bennett is in.
That's it. If only I could do this within Genshin.
Yeah, I know, right? I know. What do you want to leave him on for now? Instructors or
I guess we'll put him on. Let's put him on instructors. Let's assume I'm actually tryharding.
All right, we're tryharding. So we're gonna go to Arlecchino. We're gonna press talents. There is a toggle for her current bond of life percentage under her normal attack talent window in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
We can set, since we're going to optimize for a single hit first, this can technically be anything. So we can optimize for your first vaped N1 if you would like.
Sure.
Okay, so your first vaped N1 is you're using her 5-star weapon, so it's 25 plus the base 130, so it should be 155.
Okay.
We can go to optimize. Now, something I'm going to recommend you do, just so it optimizes quicker. Do you see this big menu of things in the middle?
Menu of things.
With all the colors?
Yes, I do.
Do you see all the green? Okay, we're going to click pyro damage bonus and attack percent for goblets. For sands, we're going to click attack percent in DM. We're going to do crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent in EM for circlets.
Crit damage.
That is going to dramatically reduce the amount of possible options that will show up.
Right. So it'll be faster
to speed up the optimization.
Okay.
This is primarily important if you have 3-piece rainbow and 5-piece rainbow enabled as options to search for.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a chance that your Arlecchino won't be on two piece at minimum.
Do I think there's a chance it won't be on two piece at minimum? No.
Yes.
No, she'll
Okay,
definitely be
then
on
we can
two-piece.
then we can disable both of those.
Okay.
Something else that we're going to do is we're going to exclude all two-piece and exclude all four-piece, and we're going to manually turn on the ones that we're going to look for.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So two-piece witch, four-piece witch one stack.
Which is which
Yep.
is I have a daughter. Okay.
Gilded Dreams,
One
two-piece, four-piece, active, and then Gladiator's Finale, two-piece, four-piece.
Fragments of Whimsy is 3 times.
Yep, Fragment of Harmonic Whimsy.
So
in this case, it wouldn't be, but whatever. It's
so Gilded. Am I? Oh yeah.
Gilded. You just turn on the default one because you don't need to do the override. So you have the team set up.
Okay. Whimsy,
Glad,
Gilded, Glad, Witch.
Two-piece Mare, two-piece Shimenawas, two-piece Wanderer's Troop, and those should be all the ones that you need to have set up for Arlecchino.
Okay.
Or you need to look at.
Okay, got it.
So from there, we can do optimization target, N1, and then before we press generate, underneath
Select
N1, we're going to look
optimization.
down to where it says average damage / vapor, average damage, crit damage, non-crit. We're going to leave that on average, but we are going to toggle the one over to vaporize.
Okay, so select optimization target, 1 hit damage, and then going down to average
Vaporize.
damage, vaporize. Okay.
Yep.
So 1 hit of vaporize.
So now we
Okay.
can generate builds.
And we'll generate 10 builds.
So this two-piece Wanderer's Troop, two-piece Mershasai Hunter
That's my best.
is technically the highest damage for just the vaped
Right.
N1 on average.
Right.
There are ways we can get this to be more reflective of in-game. You could change no reaction. That should also give you a different end result.
Okay.
Yep, that gives you
No
four-piece Glad.
reaction.
And then from there, the only way to get more accurate
Interesting.
would be to do a multi-target. So I'm going to walk you through how to make one.
So no
Are you ready?
reaction. So because I play Chevreuse sometimes.
You would optimize for the unreacted damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's crazy that the vape.
And then you can actually look at the damage difference between the vape and the unvaped just by toggling. It's dynamic. You don't have to regenerate.
Okay.
So you can see that the unreacted is 77k on that first N1, and if it vapes, it's 140k because of how much EM you have.
So what is
There is something else. Actually, there is something else we have to do.
Because Glad is pretty darn far down. It's not. It doesn't even crack the top.
There's
10.
something we glossed over. Go to overview.
Overview.
Scroll down to where the weapon is. You can press the pencil, or you can just look at the left. We need to have the weapon active. It's the second one, the 36 damage percent. Oopsies. Oopsies. But yeah, that'll give you higher numbers overall. So there we go.
Sorry, is the second one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So activating the weapon.
You will now have the numbers will all be higher, and that can affect optimization, especially for a character like Arlecchino, whose sets are essentially dependent on how much damage percent she gets. Whimsy is one of the highest damage percent sets, and it's one of the reasons Attack Goblet is very viable on Arlecchino. So yeah, if you look at just the vaped N1, the best set is not the 4-piece Glad. If you looked at unreacted, that your best set is the 4-piece Glad, and you can see the difference between the vaped hit on the 4-piece Glad and the unreacted isn't really that big, 30k damage. So it's more likely that your gladiator set is better overall, but we can make sure of that by making a multi-target. So let me know when you're cut up with that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the two. Glad, and then Whimsy doesn't make the top 10. Hilarious. Okay, so now... So
we're going to go to the...
multi-target.
We're going to scroll all the way to the top.
Okay.
Arlecchino loadout / build.
Okay.
And then in the center of the screen, it says multi-target optimization. We're going to press create multi-target.
Okay.
We're going to add target. The targets we're going to add are pretty simple. We're going to add N1, N2, and N3.
N1, N2, N3. Okay.
Then we're also going to add charged attack.
Charged attack.
And we're going to add her elemental skill, spike, cleave, and blood debt directive.
Spike, cleave, blood debt directive.
Okay. We're now going to click on the one that says hit 1, so normal attack 1. We're going to, at the bottom where it says X1, we're going to change that to 6, and we're going to add a reaction.
Why is it
Or
at
vaporize.
6? Oh, because we're doing 6 normal attacks?
6 normal attacks, yeah.
And then we're vaporizing.
N2, 6. We're only going to have the vape on the N1.
Makes sense.
That's a simplification. And then something we're also going to do
And then
is we're going to go
N3?
N3, yep, 6 for each.
And vape, right?
We're also going to add a name. It is 6 N3 vaped.
6
And we're also going to add a
three
vape to the single charged attack.
and vape.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
So now that we've done that, we're going to go into talents. We're going to change her current bond of life percentage to 85 because this is across 18 hits. Technically, the average is your 87, but it's fine.
Okay.
It only does intervals of 5. So then we can go to optimize, and the optimization target, we're going to pick the multi-target we made, and we're going to press generate. And that is technically your best Arlecchino set.
Oh, hold on, don't spoil it.
Congratulations.
Hold on. Where am I clicking? Where optimization target? Where's select optimization target?
The bottom where it says hit 1 right now. And then custom multi-target is
6
at the
and
top
3 vape.
right.
Got it. Okay, and then we generate 10 build. And so it's this. It's a completely different set than either of them.
Yep.
And it's a two-piece, Mari should say, two-piece Wanderer's Troop.
That is primarily down to the crit rate difference. This set it optimized has a 100.5 crit rate, so every hit crits.
Wow.
Yeah. If you just want to see the damage difference, something we're gonna do is we're gonna take that top one. We're gonna press new build. We're gonna write it off as I don't know, two piece, vape, create, just so we have a point to compare.
Okay.
Did I just saved the wrong one? Oops. It's fine. You can actually compare to your current equipped, and you can see
8%
across all your hits, it's better. But also, if you look at on crit, you can look at the difference between the individual hits, and you can see that you're technically losing on the individual hits.
Right.
So compared to your current set, whether depending how much you look for critting. So the individual hits are lower, but average damage. The advantage to average damage is it is more reliable, especially over multiple rotations. The disadvantage to average damage is it's pretty easy to improve on an average with the presence of outliers in a positive direction.
Right.
So if you were to be lucky and crit additional hits.
If I'm doing multiple runs, maybe I get a good run with lots of crits. And
yeah,
it's kind of crazy that the Glad doesn't even crack the top 10. That is crazy.
Yeah, that is wild. If you want to specifically check Glad, we can actually just go and disable the two pieces. So two piece Wanderer's Troop, two piece Ricochet, two piece Shimanoas, turn all that off. And now it'll just be the four piece set options. So we can just generate again.
I forget already where to go for, where am I clicking for to see the artifact?
The gear at the top.
Yes, the gear.
So you can disable the two pieces. And then if you generate again, your optimal build is technically four-piece Whimsy is your optimal four-piece. It's actually almost exactly your clearance.
Whimsy's better than Glad?
Yeah, your Whimsy is outscaling your Glad, I think. Let me double check this.
Yeah.
Make sure it's taken from characters.
Yeah, that's what it has for me too. Oh.
Yeah, Glad's the runner-up. And then obviously, again, it goes to the crit rate difference, where the Whimsy set has 100 crit rate. The Glad set has 98.
What?
Yep.
Is that for real?
That is for real.
So, okay, so a lot of people online, they
talk about how any crit rate over 70
is a waste.
Yeah, that's technically not true, just because of how average damage calculation works.
Yeah.
If you wanted to look at that, though, there is an option available. We can set a minimum build constraint target at crit rate 70.
I don't believe in this. I don't believe in the 70 crit rate. Where is this?
Let's just say you did hypothetically.
Okay, sorry. Where do I click?
Minimum build constraints.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Select a target constraint. You're gonna add crit rate, and you're gonna say 70%.
Crit rate 70%.
We're also gonna go to the multi-target and go back to the N1 damage, N1 vaped, and make sure it says crit hit on the bottom. So crit hit vaped, and then if we generate that build, it will give you a build that has as close to 70 crit rate as possible while still doing the most damage on crit on vape.
Right, and that is my glove.
Sure.
Oh, I did it wrong apparently. I'm not sure where I went differently than you.
You might not have the vape enabled, and I also turned off the 2-piece stuff. So I have crit hit vape. Make sure you have use artifacts in teammates builds enabled. That's something
I know why, because I didn't enable Gilded.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. That would definitely do it. But yeah, if you wanted to crit fish it, you could use this to identify what your highest damage on crit is at specific crit rates using the minimum crit rate feature.
With Arlecchino.
Some people want to do it. Some people want to do it.
Ain't no way. Glad's only 2% worth. Yeah. I guess to be fair, if I'm doing multiple runs, I'm automatically accidentally crit fishing anyways.
Embrace the variance.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to crit 7 out of 10 hits, you could optimize for it. It doesn't. It's not exclusively for using average damage.
Right.
That being said, we're gonna go to the minimum build constraint. We're gonna turn off that check mark, so you can save it and have it just unactive.
Okay. Yeah.
That is really useful for energy recharge characters.
Right.
Like Xiangling or Yelan. Your Yelan is going to be on Vav, so we don't need to worry about that. But if we wanted to look at Xiangling...
Well, my Yelan, I often run her on Aqua.
Okay, so we can actually, in the same team, go to Yelan and press Overview.
Yeah.
There's go scroll down to where the weapon and artifacts are. Press the pencil. Edit weapon. Now, there are 2 ways you can swap your weapon. If you have all of your weapons in the JSON, you swap weapon. This shows you weapons that are currently in the JSON, or you could just click the weapon name and pull from any weapon in the game.
Okay.
The reason that having the weapons in the JSON is going to be important is eventually they'll be adding a way to optimize for entire team damage.
Right.
And like buff dependencies.
Right.
That's something that's very far off and in the future, but I figured I would mention it.
Okay. So we have
Aqua Sim.
Aqua.
Make sure it's refinement 1, and make sure you have the passive toggled. Opponents nearby.
Oh, I did not toggle a passive.
Oop.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's easy to forget.
And then we go to optimize.
Then we go to optimize. Before we do anything here, we're gonna set a minimum build target constraint for energy recharge. Let's say 160 ER just to start. and we
Yep.
can work from there. Something else we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the gear, disable 3-piece, disable 5-piece. Sets we're gonna enable for Yelan. 2-piece Heart of Depth, 4-piece Noblesse, just in case.
There's
We're
no
also going
possible
to
way that
enable
2-piece
2-piece Emblem.
2-piece tenacity, 2-piece Varakasha.
Yep, 2-piece Tenacity, 2-piece Voracacious, that's
2-piece
correct.
emblem, 2-piece, and then sorry, Heart of Death.
Heart of Depth, 2-piece.
Nighttime Whispers and the Whispering Lips.
Yeah, the 2-piece attack goes hard. That 2-piece.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Nib. That's right.
Nymph, yeah, Nymph Stream is the other Hydra set, which I don't think you farmed.
No,
Did
I
you?
have all of 1-piece.
No.
From the not the strongbox, from the abyss.
Nope.
I've never stepped foot in that domain.
Regarding goblets, Hydro HP, circlets, crit rate, crit damage, HP, sands, HP and ER, and then
I would be so happy if
something we're gonna make sure to not forget this time is there's a use artifacts in teammates' active builds toggle. We're gonna toggle that.
okay.
And select optimization target. We're gonna go to Yelan Elemental Burst Exquisite Throw damage. Exquisite Throw is Yelan's burst projectiles.
Okay.
Skill
select
damage is
optimization,
the cast.
Okay. I'm pretty
So
sure
we
it was using. Well, I know it was using artifacts in other teammates' build
Yeah.
last time. So I mean, yeah,
So-
it's my raiden set. Amazing.
It's your Raiden set, and it has 180 ER, so we don't even need to worry about ER thresholds. It is actually a Hydro Goblet, or not a Hydro Goblet, it's an HP Goblet
Ooh, my Novelette goblet.
from Novelette.
Okay, makes sense. It's a good goblet.
Yeah, it's a very good goblet.
My Novelette's kind of cracked.
Bruh. Nice.
Okay, well, this is encouraging. The fourth build is basically the one I have on Yelan with a different off piece.
Oh, that's okay. That's awesome, man.
So that's quite encouraging that
Yeah.
I have a good set on my Yelan.
Yep. And you can see the average damage from each exquisite throw hit is 10k. So each wave she does is 3 of those.
Mhm.
And if you wanted to know how much damage your Yellen is doing total, you could technically just multiply that by
Right.
the amount of waves you do, which is going to be like 13,
Okay, pretty cool.
12. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's how you would do that for ER characters. You just set ER thresholds. If we wanted to look at higher ER, we could set that to 200, and it will give us a different set because that set doesn't have 200 ER. So we could set that to the minimum constraint to 200 and optimize again, and this would be your 200 ER Yellen set.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What ER does this number 4 have? Where am I? Are you sure? 164. Okay, it's a little bit on
Yep.
the low side.
And you could also disable ER entirely
So 200.
and just optimize for no
generate-
ER Yellen.
No, we're not doing that.
Your optimal no ER Yellen is still Emblem, by the way. It's
Makes
just
sense.
130 ER
Emblem be
Emblem.
broken. Emblem just be broken.
Farmed a lot for Raiden.
Yep. Yep. And Yelan and Xingqiu and Shengling and
Now,
Beidou. And
if we want to
Sara.
talk about Raiden, there is a character named Sara, or Kujo Sara,
Uh-huh.
which we can use to talk about how to implement partial buff up times into a multi-target. Would you like to try to do that?
I think that this has been enough for today. Maybe one day we
Okay.
do it too. Or enough that maybe not enough, but we could do more, but I feel like that's beyond the
That's
scope.
good?
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like the brain is full of
It's been an hour, so I understand. It's been...
yeah. I think the brain is full. Hopefully I've been recording. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah,
Cool.
thanks,
Take care of
Jason.
Jello and everyone. I'll be right back.
Take care, everyone. Bye for now.